Hey guys, just to let you know, I will be uploading a live workout vlog after this video. So in the next day or two, you're going to see a live workout vlog because I haven't done one of those for a long time. So I've had a few requests. So I'm going to put a live workout vlog up and two camera angles, real Spielberg shit. You know what I'm saying? Like real Spielberg stuff going on here. So I'm going to be doing that. And also, if you haven't tuned into the Natural Gallant Bodybuilding podcast on Patreon, it is on there. Every week I do a new episode. So make sure you tune in. The link is in the description. Mountain.
Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding. Mountain. And today I'm going to talk to you about fatigue and some of the mistakes some people make with their training when it comes down to analyzing their exhaustion in their training. Now, exhaustion is an exaggeration of the term, but so somebody just asked me in the comments about exhaustion and that after they train 2 or 3 days, they find that they need a day off. Otherwise, when they train in the gym, their reps go down or they can't get the same amount of repetitions with a given weight. So they notice that their strength or strength endurance is going down. Now, what I'm going to say to people about this is that a lot of people mix up performance in the gym with what's best for results. And sometimes there is an underlying or more holistic form of stimulation that goes on in the body in the background as you're doing your individual workouts, meaning your workouts become cumulative in telling the body what to do. So just because you're not necessarily getting more reps doesn't always mean that you're overtraining or that you've done too much. A standard example of this would be if you do shoulder presses one day and then the next day you go to bench press and you notice you lose a rep or two on the bench. Does that mean you did too many bench presses? No, it just means that your shoulders or your delts might be fatigued a bit, so you might have lost a rep on the bench for that day. But overall, do you get stronger from that synergistic sort of stimulation? Yes. It's not always that, oh, I lost a rep and it's never coming back. Because the minute you take a day or two off, then your reps come back, right? So a lot of times what I would do is I would train 6 days a week, take 1 day off. But the 6 days a week, sometimes I would be at my strongest some days, sometimes I would be exhausted from the day before, but I would push through and then get more results overall because of it. Because this is kind of like saying your third set in a workout is a sign of overtraining because you're tired from the first set, right? We all know that your reps go down. If you're hitting failure every set in your training, your third set or fourth set of the same exercise, your repetitions will come down. Well, that's just a form of fatigue. Right? You're just fatiguing the muscle, which means you're stimulating the muscle. And just because it's not totally topped up the next day doesn't mean there can't be a fatigue that threads through several workouts. So the only time I would say to be concerned is if you notice that you're chronically just going down in strength and feeling aches and pains in the joints and you can't get enough sleep and you're just exhausted in a systemic sort of way, then I would say, yeah, take an extra day off or so. But I would say not to panic if you're just losing a rep or two on a certain exercise because, like I said, there is an overall form of stimulation that goes on throughout the entire week of training, and it doesn't always mean that you need a day off. A lot of the elite bodybuilders train all the time. Some of them train 3 hours, 4 hours a day. I mean, that seems extreme. Like I wouldn't be able to do that, but I'm just saying some of them have the work capacity to do that. So don't panic so much. That's all I'm going to say. Unless, of course, you're getting injured and all that sort of stuff, then I would say, okay, maybe you need some days off or you need some time off. But most likely, all you're experiencing is just normal workout fatigue, which is just standard from training, right? I experience this too. If I squat really heavy the day before, then my bench press is a little bit lower the next day. But that doesn't mean I should take a day off and wait till my bench press is perfect, right? Another story about this is that I used to squat a lot in the gym and then I go to karate. When I was 20 years old, I go to karate, right? And my sensei at the time would notice that my legs were slower on the days that I squatted. And he'd say, hey, well, you better stop squatting, you're getting too slow and sluggish. Well, he was analyzing my performance based on my level of fatigue. But I was like, I just lifted heavy weight. Of course my legs are gonna be slow. They're exhausted. This is like a part of the whole workout that's threading together. But then the minute I took a day off from doing squats, my legs were like lightning. And I was fast and everything was fine. He says, oh, I don't know what happened. Why are your legs so fast today? Well, it's because I'm not training. Same thing with hockey. Sometimes I would squat really heavy one day and then I'd go play hockey the next day and my performance would go down after squatting 5 plates or more, right? But once I took a day off, my performance would just all of a sudden skyrocket through the roof, but it wasn't because I shouldn't have ever squatted and then skated, you know what I'm saying? It's because I squatted and skated that when I did take time off, that my performance went really high. So there is a cumulative sort of stress that you put through the body from workout to workout, and a little bit of fatigue is normal. You're not going to perform at your elite level. When you want to perform for your elite level, say for a competition or a powerlifting meet or some sort of sport, then you would take a day or two off before the day of that performance, or you would do some easy workouts before the day of the competition. So I hope this explains a little bit about fatigue and how you should analyze it a little bit when you're training. I hope this helps out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the patron supporters, and take care for now. Mountain. Natural Gallant.